Hi everyone, my name is Nelson Lee and I am the Product Manager for TimeStudyRN and the Technical Director of the TimeStudyRN National Benchmarking Database Project. This training session will include an introduction to TimeStudyRN and provide you with a general knowledge of the study methodology. You will also be able to use and train other nurses how to use the TimeStudyRN PDAs for data collection. TimeStudyRN was developed to support the Transforming Care at the Bedside project, or TCAB. TCAB was formed because of an observed trend that technology, new unit design, and new nursing processes were causing the nurse to spend less time at the bedside, impacting patient care, quality, and outcomes. At the same time, Lean and Six Sigma success stories in manufacturing were catching the attention of healthcare organizations globally. Taking action, RWJ funded a pilot project at 3 hospitals to use emerging Lean and Six Sigma methods to address the problem of reduced caregiver time at the bedside, with the ultimate goal of improving patient care quality and outcomes. 3 pilot hospitals located in Austin, Texas, Roseville, California, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania were selected to implement the TCAB methodology. Nurses and staff were designated as TCABers and given the mission to impact safe and reliable care, vitality and teamwork, patient-centered care, and value-added care processes through the implementation of the PDSA cycle. In 2002, the RWJ IHI team turned to Rapid Modeling Corporation to develop a methodology to measure caregiver time at the bedside and to support the broad range of continuous improvement opportunities in the nursing environment. Working with the nurse teams in the pilot phase of TCAB, TimeStudyRN was developed to measure how and where caregivers spend their time. Since 2002, TimeStudyRN has evolved through 10 new software releases to become the only standardized tool to measure the impact of change on the quality and capacity of the caregiving team. TimeStudyRN measures the percentage of time caregivers spend in work activities and summarizes the time spent in direct care, value-added care, and over 100 other work activities. The software also captures the percentage of time RNs spend doing work that could be done by other resources. The TimeStudyRN National Benchmarking Database was created in 2008 in response to the demand from TCAB units for shared space to compile and compare their TimeStudyRN data with other facilities. The database gives users the ability to compare themselves with other similar units for time spent in all work activities, including direct care and value-added care. I want to refer you to the TimeStudyRN documentation, which I will be covering next. TimeStudyRN uses a methodology called self-work sampling to capture the data required to measure how caregivers spend their time. Work sampling is broadly defined as the application of statistical sampling techniques to the study of work activities. Work sampling is typically used to estimate the proportion of workers' time that is devoted to different elements of work activity. Work sampling is valid when observations to be made are selected randomly and the observations themselves must be free of bias. The PDA devices in the study automatically randomize alarms, and observations are made using a technique called self-sampling. Since nursing work is complex with significant multitasking, it's not always possible for an observer to accurately classify the work that is being performed. Self-sampling is a method in which the nurse enters the data directly into the data collection device, ensuring that the most accurate work category is selected. TimeStudyRN uses the Palm Central PDA, which has been optimized for data collection in nursing and has been field tested at hundreds of hospitals. Nurses carry a PDA throughout their shift and enter data into the device when the PDA alarms. The randomized alarm frequency is between 10 minutes and 54 minutes, and nurses will not be able to predict when the PDA will alarm next. The average alarm frequency is once every 26 minutes. When the PDA alarms, the nurse enters 4 things. Where did I come from? Where am I at? What am I doing? Can this task be done by another lower skilled resource? It takes between 10 and 15 seconds for the nurses to enter these 4 things on each alarm.